Hello everyone, and welcome back to my playthrough for Digimon World 2003. And in the previous part, it literally ended with me speaking to Nick, and I am now on my way back to the Asuka city, where, if all goes according to plan, I will be obtaining the mask that the Digimon has misplaced, and then from there I should be able to make it through to the other half of the south sector, which is currently off limits due to Zambamon blocking the way. And I don't want to give too much away, but Nick, who we met at the Divermon's Lake, and Keith, who we met on the Asuka Bridge, those two are actually very significant characters in this game. We don't find out until later on, but yeah, they are highly significant characters in this game, so we will be seeing more of them as the game unfolds. And it's interesting when you speak to Nick and he reveals his age, says that he's 21. It's funny, because when I first owned this game, when I first played this game, I was only 11 years old at the time, so being 11, 21 seemed like a really old age, because it was like almost double my age. It was, 10 years more than what I was, and it's just from all the playthroughs that I've had of this game, it is quite funny when one playthrough to the next, and I'm always being like older each time, and the gap between my age and 21 forever narrowing, me getting closer to 21, and well, the funny thing is I'm now older than 21, and yeah, and 21 really doesn't seem at all old anymore. Yeah, it's it is somewhat scary to think about my first playthrough of the game and my current playthrough of the game, and how things have changed, how I've changed, how my perceptions have changed, how my experiences have changed, and just how everything is very different now. Because yeah, the age of 21, it once seemed ancient, it once seemed like a lifetime away, and yeah, now it's just a memory, a fairly recent memory, because I'm 23, I turned 24 on the 9th of July 2017. By the time this video gets uploaded, I probably would have had my birthday already, but yeah, time sure does fly. that aside, if we just focus on our progress, I am pleased to say that I have the mask, so I'm on my way back to the south sector. The mask will be exchanged for a smelly herb, which will make Salman back down, and I can then make it through the rest of the south sector, and then make it to the south sector city, where I then need to decide whether or not I want to take on the south sector leader, the south sector city leader. I need to decide whether or not I want to take her on, or if I think I should do more grinding first. Because, well, pretty much how this playthrough is going to work, I'm going to grind until I feel ready to take on the nearby opposition, and then when I go to tougher areas and the opposition becomes tougher, and when it gets to the point where I'm probably not good enough, I then need to grind again so I can then get better still and reach a level where I'm then ready for that opposition, and then when I go up against tougher opposition I then need to grind again. That's pretty much how it's going to be. It's going to be about grinding, making progress, grinding, making progress, because I wouldn't want to just stay in the east sector and grind until I get up to like level 99, because that would be just absolutely absurd, because, well, it wouldn't be at all time efficient, because I would be greatly restricted as to the Digimon that I can grind on, and the quantities of experience that I will be gaining won't be anywhere near worthwhile than if I had like the whole game to choose from with lots of different Digimon. And then not to mention that it would be kind of stupid to get up to level 99 and then go up against Digimon like Master Tyrannomon, who I will absolutely mop the floor with, and there would be absolutely no competition at all, because even with the restrictions that I'm going by, if I was fully maxed out, then I would win comfortably against, you know, most of the Digimon until getting into the later stages of the game. And it would just kill off the challenge, and it would just be pointless. I want to grind to the point where I'm able to win these battles, but I don't want to grind to the extent where it's an absolute walk in the park and there's no competition at all. That's just going to be boring, isn't it? So I'm gonna grind in phases. I'm going to aim to, be at the right sort of level. Grind in phases. If I get to the end of the game, I don't know how far I'm going to grind, what level I'm going to get up to. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to go the entire way and get my Kotemon up to level 99 and, complete his Digivolution chart. But, when I get to the end of the game, if I get to the end of the game, if it comes down to it, then so be it. I'll just have to wait and see. So the mask has been returned, we have a smelly herb, and we can make it past Salman. Happy days. But I am going to go to the Forest Inn to save, and that's due to the scary experience I had last time where I was almost defeated. Call it a near-death experience. In this playthrough that I've been doing, I haven't been defeated as of yet, although I'm only up to the south sector, but I haven't been defeated as of yet. And, what am I trying to say? I haven't been defeated as of yet, and yeah, it would be nice to think I can keep things that way, but I don't know how things are going to turn out. But I'm saving so that my progress is secure, and if I do get defeated, then not much progress is going to get undone. The only progress that will get undone is literally the trip from here to Jungle Grave. And I won't be battling Salman because I'm going to make him run off, so Salman isn't a threat in the slightest. It's the random encounters that I might get into along the way to Salman. But once you make it past the point, the point where Salman is, once you make it past there, although you're still in the same area, you're still in the Jungle Grave, the battles are much easier. I think they're against Digimon that drop, say, between 40 and 50 experience. You know, the sort of opposition that's right for this area. So if I can just make it up to Salman, make it past him, then it should be relatively easy going from there. But what's this going to be? Okay, I will settle with that. Well, I won't settle with it, I'll be delighted with it. Because it's no threat at all, and it's free experience. 40 experience, free of course, and 80 bits, and again free. And it's better to say 40 experience free than 40 free experience, because then it sounds like I'm saying 40 free for as in 4 free. Not 43 for as in 40 and then FREE. Hey! Cheerio, cheerio, cheerio. Cheerio, cheerio. Yeah, enough of that. Yeah, Salman has left the Jungle Grave, and he is now located somewhere new, and you can battle him if you so please. He is an optional boss, I think. but the opportunity is there should you want to battle him. And I'm more inclined to think that I will battle him as opposed to won't battle him. But I do have to be very cautious of Zamba, because I think it's every 3 turns he uses an attack called Hunting Knife, which is a 1-hit knockout. It's a technique where there's a reasonable chance of it killing you in 1, and when you're doing a Kotemon Solo, if Hunting Knife was to be used against you and it was to work, then that would be a game over, because Kotemon would be defeated, and it's a Kotemon Solo, so there's going to be no one else to step in, and there's going to be nothing I can do about it. I would like to believe that I will take on Zambamon, but it's probably going to be an awful lot later when my Kotemon is an awful lot better, because it's going to be a case of trying to defeat him before he gets 3 attacks, or hoping that I will survive Hunting Knife. So power charges that have been dropped by Betamon. TNT ball still useful. Nothing there. Tin Mal, which I picked up. Accessories. And nothing to buy. No boost packs. No reason to speak to Piximon. So let's just head up here. Yeah, we're speaking to this person here, who is called Lisa, who is another significant character, another character who doesn't seem like anything special at the moment, but she does become a significant character in the same way that Nick and Keith become significant characters. But that's something that is to unfold as the game develops. I'm going to save here, and I'm actually gonna stop recording as well, because I want to go off camera and see how well I do against the South Sector leader, decide whether or not to grind, and then decide how to go about grinding should I decide to grind. So I will sort of cut here so that I can do some investigating, but when I continue it will still be this part, and I'll have to remember that I'll have a good 10 minutes or so with the part before I have to end it. But yes, I will cut here. Right, so I'm carrying on, having loaded from the exact same point where I left off, because I saved, I then switched off, and switched my console off, and I've now reloaded from where I left off, and I've decided that I don't want to battle the South Sector leader just yet. I would like to grind until I learn Blade Twister, which will be learned when I reach level 70 with Kayakimon. So I'm not grinding until my Kotemon reaches a certain level. I'm grinded until I learn Blade Twister, and then I think I'll be ready for the South Sector Leader. And I need to make the decision as to what Digimon to grind against, and I'm just seeing how I do against Seedramon, who will get me 58 experience per battle, and that took 3 attacks, which was not at all good. 2 Frost Cutters, 1 regular attack, but I did notice that my regular attack did do more damage than Frost Cutter. So it would be interesting to see if with a regular attack maybe I could beat him in 2. And I'm about to... nope, it's... no. Well, I'm very close to beating Seedramon with 2 attacks, but I'm not there, and I might be able to do it with a level up, but until then, I'm looking at 3 attacks, and that's just for 58 experience. Okay, well, that isn't ideal. That is worse than Kotemon, because 58 experience from 3 attacks just isn't good at all. So I'm going to go to the South Sector Plug Cape, and I would like to see how I do against Salman. Salman scores us 91 experience, which is more than double what Kotemon got us. It's it's a fair bit more than what Seedramon will get us. So I'm just going to try and see, but I want to make sure I'm at full HP, because Salman is going to be tougher than Seedramon, and I need to enter a battle with full HP, because you know, Salman could definitely do some damage. Now, from past experience, I know that Frost Cutter does more damage than a regular attack. And, well, that isn't tremendous. 464, that is pretty powerful. Well, Salman will also take 3 attacks. Oh, 236. Okay, well, that first attack was a critical hit, so it's not as bad as it seems. So 91 experience from 3 attacks is obviously better than 58 experience from 3 attacks. But I am going to need to be using Frost Cutter, which consumes MP, and I'm going to need to heal a lot. That's going to use MP as well. Offensively, Salman is a much bigger threat, because with a bit of bad luck, you know, an ambush, a critical hit, you know, it's not beyond the realms of possibility for me to get defeated by Salman, and having an attack evaded certainly doesn't do me any favours. and again. And I would assume that Salman will attack twice if anything. Because for Salman to be evading attacks like that, he probably is faster than I am. I'm only a level 21. Okay, so he's attacking twice, so he is faster. And I do need to be careful. Okay, well, that attack didn't get evaded, so Salman has been beaten. But that just goes to show that, you know, Salman is a pretty dangerous opponent, because my HP got down to less than 600. I'm gonna need to be making the most of S'more Hill. Well, a lot more MP is going to be consumed, a lot more HP is going to be lost, but I'm defeating Salman with 3 attacks, and I'm getting 91 experience, so I would say that Salman is my preference to Ramon. I'm just going to need to be more careful, because you know, Salman could defeat me with enough bad luck. But I think I will stay, and I think I will grind on Salman. When I learn Cold Slash, the battle will become a lot easier. Cold Slash is a lot more powerful than Frost Cutter. So the battle will get easier, and well, I think this is my first choice of grinding, and this is what I plan to do until I learn Blade Twister, and then I will try and take on the South Sector leader. So what you're seeing me do now is effectively what I will be doing until the next part, until I try and take on the South Sector leader. I'll be returning to the city on a frequent basis to rest and save. And I need to try and remember to heal during every battle. I want to be going into the battles with maximum HP. And I did not want to be ambushed. Well, I managed to get away, but I get the impression I only just about managed to flee from that. I think in the future it probably would be better to digivolve and see the battle through. Okay, well, yeah, this is pretty much going to be what I'm going to be doing here onwards, and I think I will be pretty much cutting and ending the part and seeing you when I have Blade Twister.